Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Results Mastery podcast. It's great to have you here, whether you're watching on audio. Sorry, you can't watch on audio, can you? Whether you're listening on audio or watching on video, that's what I meant to say. It's great to have you here. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new, thanks ever so much for your faith and time in being here. I want to try to make sure that when you come to my podcast and you listen to an episode, that you get the best value for not for money, but for time in being here. That's the most expensive commodity we've got, our time in doing something, even more than our money. If you were, a member who pays for this, then even then your time is the most important thing. So, in this particular podcast, I'm going to talk about the three areas of focus for all your marketing. Let me just explain what I mean. It doesn't really matter what you're selling. There are essentially three main drivers that people want, and they are health, wealth, and relationships. Health, wealth, and relationships. And you may be thinking, how can that be, Steve? I'm a builder, I'm a coach, I'm a accountant. It's nothing to do with relationships. That's nothing to do with being an accountant and so on and so forth. But if you think about it, let me give you a couple of examples. Um, You've no doubt seen at some point on TV an advert advertising something like Gillette razors. Yeah. And what are they trying to sell you? What are they trying to sell you on when you watch a Gillette advert on TV? Well, the one thing I will tell you is they're not trying to tell you about how sharp the razor is and how smooth your face will feel afterwards. They're not telling you any of that. They're not talking about the benefits of the product, what the product actually does. What they're really talking about ultimately is what the product does for you. Now, when you've watched one of those adverts that within the next, I don't know, 5, 10 minutes, something like that, let's just say something romantic is going to happen. Let me just put it like that. Yeah. So, typically the man comes in and he's a very suave, debonair guy, and he's looking pretty rugged, and he has a shave, and the music's playing, and then this beautiful young lady comes in, and just as he's finished having a shave, she strokes his face, and, it's all romantic, and let's just leave the rest of it to your imagination, but you get the idea. Now you take a different shaver. I don't know whether you've heard of the $1 Shave Club, which is I've got to say, go and have a look at that advert on YouTube. This guy's built up a multi-million pound or dollar actually, a multi-million dollar business selling razor blade. Not so much. I don't think it's razor blades as razors, but basically is what he's focusing on. He's not focusing on this, gorgeous woman or any of that stuff. He's talking about wealth. Talk about wealth. Specifically, he's talking about saving money. He basically, his open line is, don't pay for Roger Federer's tennis rackets. Stop wasting money on technology that you don't need. You don't need six blades in a razor. All you need is something simple. And if you buy it from the $1 Shave Club, what we'll do is we'll send you a new razor every month automatically without you having to go to a shop and buy it. Your razor will always be sharp. You'll save money. You're not being stupid. You're saving every month without any hassle and without any problem. So it's a different thing. Do you get that? And so, let me give you an example. It's like if I looked at my business, right, which is basically helping and advising small businesses to become more effective. more effective primarily at growing their business and typically at selling and marketing what they do. So, how does that fit into health, wealth, and relationships? Well, clearly you can see the connection to wealth, can't you? I could be talking about, hire me and you'll become more wealthy, you'll have more profit in your business, you'll create more leads. But I could also be talking about health in a roundabout way, which would be that would make you. I wouldn't use the word healthier. You're not going to hire a marketing advisor and be healthier, but you'd definitely be happier, which definitely affects your health. So, I could talk about, if you're feeling frustrated, you're just not able to get your business where you want. You feel as though you've tried everything. Well, the good news is you've not tried me yet. So if you do, I'll help you to, and I'd link that into the wealth side of it. I'll help you to grow your business, create more leads, create more sales, make more money, and ultimately be happier in your life. Not only that, and then I can go into the third area, but relationships. Not only that, but it'll be great for your family and for the things that you and they want. How would you feel about being able to buy this and buy that and take your family on this holiday and have this car and move into this house and so on and so forth? And you could say, you're getting a little bit carried away here, Steve, and that might be true, but you get my point. And I think it's really, really important. I've got a friend over here on the Isle of Wight who's a builder, right? I play table tennis with him. He's a good guy, and he was telling me recently that he got the job of building a swimming pool for somebody. Actually, somebody I think sort of a bit famous because he couldn't tell me who it was. And it's over here on the Isle of Wight on one of their houses, and they've also got houses in New York and London and LA and the Caribbean and so on. So whoever it is, they've got a bobber too. But what do they want the swimming pool for? Is it purely a wealth thing so that his property will be worth more? Is that the motivation for it? It might be. It might be part of it. Um, would it be to do with his health? Well, quite possibly. He wants to swim every morning and so on and so forth, get fitter, have somewhere to relax by his pool and so on. What about relationships? Is he married? Has he got children? Has he got friends that he'd love to invite round for on a lovely summer's Sunday afternoon to spend the afternoon by the swimming pool and so on and so forth? And my point being that different people are motivated in different ways. I'm sure you've heard before that there are two main drivers of action, and those drivers are pain and pleasure, and that we're more driven to move away from pain than we are move towards pleasure. So, one of the mistakes that I see a lot in marketing is people are too focused on pleasure. They're focused on pleasure almost exclusively in their marketing. So they'll say, buy from me, buy our widget, buy our service, and you'll get all these benefits, forgetting that the biggest, most powerful driver in humans, in this brain here, which is 2 million years old, it was created to protect me. Not for all the advantages. It was there to, stop me getting eaten by a tiger, ultimately, and so we need in marketing to be motivated both towards, buy my hire me to help you with your business, and I'll be able to help you get these things, and also help me hire me, sorry, not help me, hire me to help you with your business so you don't encounter all these problems. When I talk, I mean, you've probably heard me say several times, one of the biggest problems that I like to try and help to overcome is the fact that 8 out of 10 businesses go bust within 5 years. So if you're just starting out, there's an 80% chance that your business will not make year 5. Now, what's that? That's called fear generating marketing. And actually, it's also called the truth. It's not, it is true. Now, why is that? Why is it that 80% of businesses go bust within the first 5 years? It's lack of sales. If you could generate enough profitable sales in your business, you wouldn't go bust. You wouldn't go bust. So that's a real problem. Now, why is that? Why don't people generate enough leads? Because they're not experienced at selling and marketing their products and services. Why not? Because they're not experts in that. They're not even proficient in that. They're experts at building swimming pools, or they're experts at doing accounts, or they're experts at coaching people in how to lose weight. What's that got to do with growing a business? Nothing, other than if you're good at it, you might get some referrals. But the bottom line is, if you're going to be successful in your business and you want to grow it, if you're happy with what you got, keep doing what you're always doing. But if you want to grow your business, you're going to have to become better at selling and marketing what you do, because that's the only way. Create more sales. Yes, you could reduce costs a little bit, I'm sure, 10%, 20%. But if you really want to leverage your business and grow your business, it's got to be about increasing sales. And that's my message here today. 3 ways of doing so: focusing on the benefits to their health, their wealth, and their relationships. Okay. Lastly, just to reiterate my point about people move away from fear, from problems, from pain, if you will, and they move towards the benefits, the warm feelings, what they'll get if they do that. And we should use those two opposite sides of motivation in order to motivate people to buy. It's like that old saying, isn't it? The stick and the carrot. How am I going to get my kids to do something? It's the stick and the carrot. I'm not suggesting you beat them with a stick, by the way. I'm just saying, that, you need to. I always used to say to my son, if you've got children, this'll really resonate with you, I think. My youngest son, particularly, he used to say, "Oh, Mum won't let me do such and such. It's not fair." And I used to say, "Well, just go ahead and do it anyway. That'll be all right." And he used to look at me. What? Why? What do you mean? "Oh, just do it. Take no notice of your mum. Just know that there will be implications." "What do you mean implications, Dad?" I'd say, "Well, if your mum says you can't do it and you do it anyway, then, you won't be able to go out in the evening. I'm going to take your mobile phone away from you. You'll not be able to play on your PlayStation for at least, what do you think, couple of weeks? So there's no doing that. That trip where we're going to go to Legoland next weekend, that'll be off as well. But, go ahead and do it." And he'd go, "Oh, all right, then I won't." You see what I mean? It's just, it's that's the stick. Yeah, that's the stick that I beat him with, not physically. Okay, but I just told him, if you do this, then this will happen. And I'll say to you, if you don't learn how to market your business, then there's a fair chance you might go bust. If you don't invest time, money, and effort in becoming better at social media, search engine optimization, email marketing, PR, networking, selling, You know, how much time, money, and effort have you put in to becoming better at selling in 2024? And how much time are you going to put in 2025? Two really good questions there. And if you're like most people, the answer's very little. When I say most people, I'm talking about most small business owners have not put enough time, money, and effort into selling and marketing. If they had, they'd be getting results. If they hadn't, they won't. It's as simple as that. So that's it. That's all I want to say. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I've motivated you more than anything. To get you to take action. And if you do want to take any action with me, then the first action is to book a meeting. And this meeting's no obligation. It's 30 minutes. It's normally done on Zoom. And I will genuinely try to help you and advise you in some way with your sales, marketing, and business growth. At the end of that 30 minutes, I'll ask you a question, and that question is, would you be interested in finding out about how I can help you further? And if you say no, that's absolutely fine. If you say yes, we can have a conversation about that, and you can make your own mind up whether you'd be interested or not. And either way is fine. Thanks ever so much for listening, and don't forget to, do all the usual things. Connect to me on LinkedIn, subscribe to my YouTube channel, make sure you follow me on the podcast, and go and check out my website. My website's on the wall behind me, which is results-mastery.com, and that's where you can book a meeting with me by clicking on one of the gold buttons there. So thanks ever so much for listening, and I'll speak to you next time on the Results Mastery podcast. Thank you very much.